we have to talk about the new patch that just came out because this changed the whole game, the whole Illuvium gameplay loop as we know it. So the patch I'm talking about right here is 0.4.3, and there is huge changes in here, and we're gonna go over all the changes. We're also gonna check them out in game right here, and then I'm gonna also show you things that have not been mentioned in the patch notes but are really important. So one of the most important things, probably the biggest change in the new patch, which changes the whole game, auto scan regions. Pay extra Solon to reveal all available Illuvials in a run. So if you check that out right here in the game, you can go to the obelisk, you're gonna wanna join a run, for example this stage 3 run, and now it costs the same amount of Solon that it also costs for traveling there to auto scan the full region. There's a few good things attached to that. First off, we are combating cheaters. Because cheaters have been able to do this, the team is actively fighting those cheaters, but enabling people with like whales and with enough money to actually be a cheater for free and legally is kind of combating cheaters because, yeah, now everybody can be a cheater if they wish to do so. The other thing is Hyperion has been the least used fuel, and now we have another sync for Hyperion. There is more syncs introduced in this patch as well. We're going to talk about that in a second. So what does that mean? You just click it on, click auto scan right here, go travel to the region, and now all the Illuvials and all the big ores are gonna be revealed. And some people have said this just kills the whole fun of the gameplay of looking for Illuvials. But those people don't really take into consideration that this is gonna be super expensive. Like right now, a stage 3 run costs a little bit more than 10 bucks, and the auto scan feature costs another 10 bucks. And I'm not willing to pay double the amount just to save a little bit of time. Because you're not saving a huge amount of time. Maybe it's 20, 30, 40%, but it's not gonna be like 5 times faster or whatever. Because we can see right here, we look at the map, we see all the Illuvials, right? First you have to still look through them all to find those rare Illuvials. And once you find those rare Illuvials, so let's say we wanna get that Holo Vermilion, then we mark them with right click, we have to fly there and actually fight them. And this takes a lot of time already, right? And what would you do without the autoscan feature? You would just start flying to that spot anyway because it's a hotspot. So we go to the red area and then we find those Illuvials. Obviously it's a little bit faster if you do it with the autoscan. And the big point for me would be to not be missing any Illuvials. Otherwise I would have to check the whole map if I want to be sure I didn't miss any rare Illuvials. So there's definitely upsides to it. I might use it a bit in the beginning or whatever, but I'm definitely not going to use it every run. It's just not worth it. Talking about encounters themselves, going into encounter, what we did right now doesn't cost any energy anymore. And this is a huge thing for multiple reasons. And the biggest reason is that you now can have fights, level your Illuvials, get extra experience without paying energy for it. So we have, what, 40 Illuvials on the map? You can do all those fights, all those encounters for free. Only if you capture Illuvials will it take something away from you, will it take energy away from you. So for example, I brought my 3 Phorus because I want to evolve them into Phosphorus. It's really good time to level your Illuvials. There's another reason for that. The minimum level of units in Stage 2 and Stage 3 has been bumped up. So I think Stage 2 now has a minimum level of 20, we can see it right here in the bottom. Minimum level of 20, and Stage 3, it's gonna be level 40 minimum. This means that fights are very much harder, but this also means you get a lot more experience per fight if you manage to beat the encounter. So let's quickly try to actually beat this encounter. This is gonna be a hard one, right? They got a lot of rogues, which is pretty tough. Nice frontline too with the tanks. So we're gonna position our guys in the backline, try to assassinate those rogues. We're not gonna try too hard, but let's see. We're gonna use those consumables because without them, it seems almost impossible to win those fights. That is it. Let's see if we can win. Well, Stage 3 encounter mods, that's the gist of it, are really, really hard now. Alright, then we go back to scanning, meaning looking through all the unveiled Illuvials right here. And as you can see, there's not many rare ones running around anymore, right? Alright, I guess that's as good as it gets in this round. That's what I mean. Now we paid 10 bucks extra, and there's nothing really that we needed in here. Like nothing super rare, and yeah, we It feels like we lost 10 bucks. You obviously have the big rock as well. But usually if you check all those hot zones, you will most likely find the big rock anyway. It takes even a second to see it here. Here's the seismic quartz. Alright, and we still have to fly there and everything, so it's really not that big of a cheat code. Alright, there it is, another holo Vermilia. The game gave us another chance to beat this encounter. Maybe we get a little bit of luck here. But yeah, the gist of it is, if you want to level your Illuvials, it's going to be way faster now because you're going to fight versus higher level enemy Illuvials. It's going to be way harder as well though. So if, for example, like me, you have 3 Illuvials that you level at the same time, maybe you want to go into stage 2 encounters, because one full run can give you 40 fights and probably can level up those Illuvials already. So yeah, I think it's better to go quantity over quality, just do a lot of stage 2 encounters, have an easier time beating them. You don't need to use all your consumables all the time, and it's gonna still go so much faster than you used to, because those stage 2 encounter Illuvials have a minimum level of 20. This one looks way easier. One big target here, Matu. We can assassinate him with our rogues. That is kind of it. Let's see how that goes. Maybe we have a little bit more luck this time. Easy time here killing the Matu. Also those two are dead. And this time we should easily have the encounter. And now look how much experience we get compared to what we got before. It is madness. Just look at our Lolura. Ding, ding, ding. I hope we get a ding, ding, ding sound. And now when we want to capture this holo Vermilier, and now capture costs 650 airgun energy. We didn't pay anything to come in here. Just capturing it now will cost 650. It's 650 for all Illuvials, no matter if they're tier 5, tier 1, holo, dark holo. And it only takes away 650 if you actually capture the Illuvial. So if you have 5 failed attempts, it's not gonna cost you 3000 energy. Only now that we captured the Illuvial and the Vermilier joins our team are we paying 650 energy. Alright, let's check out another change, Shard Dust. Capture failure now rewards Shard Dust. So every time you fail a capture, your shard is gone. It will actually split up into Shard Dust, and it's not gonna feel that bad. So I really like this change. It also makes a lot of sense. This is a big one and maybe a bummer for many people. The fuel exchange now operates on our backend, setting up easier transfer across games, which in turn means that we lost all our fuel. You need to buy your fuel again with SETH, which is a bit annoying, but it is just what it is, right? We're in beta, we're testing the game, and when something gets changed, sometimes all our assets and stuff has to be reset. We also have Leviathan queue now, so you can check that out in the arena. Leviathan is where all your stats, your levels, and everything matters. The Ascendant arena is pretty much the same, but there all the Illuvials are going to be always the same strength. Another really nice change is that we can now re-roll our secondary stats on our drone augments, and also on our Illuvials actually. So if you see this right here, capture power 2, duplicate ore, doesn't really fit together, right? The one is for Illuvial hunting, the other one is for shooting down rocks. So what we can do now is hold X right here. It's gonna cost some Solon, and then we re-roll our stats. We have a little cute animation going on here, and then we get some new secondary stats, which I've been asking for a long time. I'm glad Illuvium implemented this, because it feels so bad if you made a Supreme Stage 3 augment and then it has completely the wrong stats and now you're stuck with it. So now we can re-roll it. It's gonna cost a little bit, and yeah, maybe it's gonna take some attempts, because as you can see, capture power, mining cost, still not really working. We can also do this on the Illuvials, but this is still work in progress, right? This is not finished yet. Again, go over it, hover over it, press X, keep it pressed, and then re-roll the stats. So Aaron has confirmed this is not the final version of it yet. And we, for example, there's one option where we won't be able to re-roll the stats indefinitely, which would kind of be weird to just be able to spend X amount of money to get a perfect stat Illuvial. What I personally would like is if we re-roll, it doesn't increase or decrease the stats, it just puts it somewhere else. So a little example, we have a Scion unit right here, and imagine it has perfect stats for physical attack, which is kind of useless on a Scion unit. So you could use that reroll feature to maybe get those perfect attack stats onto Omega power and then making it really good. Because it would feel bad if you find a fighter and it has 0 points in physical attack. But other stats would have perfect stats. So you could then reroll to shift those stats around to try to find the perfect composition. But you couldn't keep re-rolling to maybe hit the jackpot and have perfect stats on everything. It would just change it around and not increase or decrease it. I think that would make a lot of sense, and it would feel really good if your perfect stat Scion unit with perfect physical attack could actually be re-rolled to get that perfect physical attack stat into Omega power. Those are the most important changes from in the game, from the gameplay. Then we also have some information about the airdrop. We are still in pre-season 2, so still those missions that you're completing, the milestones and everything, will give you airdrop points, and then after the phase is done, you will get your money in exchange for those airdrop points. The team is still working on eliminating cheaters for pre-season 1, so we still have a little bit time to wait for that, and I think it's really good. I think nobody will complain if all the cheaters get eliminated from the leaderboards and their airdrop points won't count. This phase right now, pre-season 2, will end on the 18th of July at midnight UTC. This is exactly 1 week before the game goes onto mainnet. Because at this time, the game goes offline, and for the first time in years, we won't be able to play Illuvium for the last week before the mainnet launches. By the way, I've thought about some nice activity that we could do once the game is offline and we have nothing to play. Please record your gameplay. It doesn't matter if it's overworld, arena, survival, somewhere record your gameplay with OBS is my software of choice. It's free, it's really, really nice. And then once we are in this week where we cannot play the game, you can send me a gameplay and I will analyze it live on stream. So if you want to have a free coaching session, a free analyzation of your gameplay, preferably in a somewhat of a PvP or arena game or overworld fight and so on, let me know and send me that footage on Discord or wherever you want to send it to me, Twitter. All my DMs are open. And then we can analyze that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And by the way, once we go on mainnet, 180k ILV tokens, which is many, many millions of USD dollars, will be distributed over the first 5 months. We're also going to get a claim page where we can redeem all our rewards. And the one thing that has not been mentioned in the patch notes, which is kind of a big deal, I think, is the drone augment slots, which are all the same now. So we can bring 3 times the same augment. There's no any differentiation in those anymore. And for example, if you are very lucky or have re-rolled a lot of times and have 3 times this drone equipment right here, duplicate or 12%, plus duplicate or 5% as the secondary stat, that will give you 17% per augment. 3 times of that will be 51% to duplicate your ore, which is kind of crazy. Alright, so as the grand finale right here, we're gonna fuse the phosphorus that we just leveled. It should be ready to be fused now. Remember to actually unequip your illuvials. I hope that gets fixed because that's a little bit clunky still. And then we can go to phosphorus and hopefully we have the level that we need right now. 27, 27, 34. You also, yes, we reached it. You also need some gems now. So whatever the composite affinity is, bloom, which is earth and nature. We need an earth and nature tier 5 shard because this is a tier 5 illuvial. There we go. Finally, it took me forever. But now it's so much faster. Free fights. Stage 2, stage 3 gives so much more experience. And there you go. Finally, I got my phosphorus, and finally I can build that OP deck in the arena, playing around Bloom, playing around Arcanite. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope this helped you. I hope you like the changes. I do like them. I think they're overall really good. Always let the team know what you think about them in Discord or in the feedback feature right here. You can do that when you press on B. There's feedback. But usually I think it's better in Discord because yeah, it's a little bit easier to read through if they don't have like an email coming for every feedback. It's only a few days left until we finally go live, at which point I will be streaming every single day, all day long. Who needs sleep? Who needs food? Who needs shower? Nobody, not me. We're gonna be playing and I hope to see you there. And I hope you keep supporting me as you have been doing. Thank you very much for this. And yeah, soon we're gonna get those affiliate links that you can put in when you do something in Illuvium. and this will support the channel, support me, and help me keep doing Illuvium full time. If you need some more guides as a beginner, check out this video right here where I explain the 6 most important things I wish I knew before joining the Illuvium overworld. And if you're an expert already, check out this video right here to help you in your Illuvium journey. Thank you very much for watching. I see you in the next one. Peace out.